Let me guess, you woke up already overwhelmed today. The kids needed something, your inbox was already full, you had a million tabs open in your brain before you even had coffee, and yet you pushed through. You handled it all, smiled, showed up, performed. But by the end of the day, you're empty. You crash out on the couch, exhausted, and whisper something to yourself. Something has to change. Here's the truth. Overwhelm isn't a scheduling issue. It's not just about time management. It's deeper. It's the story you're telling yourself about what you have to carry. And today, I'm going to coach you through breaking the cycle of overwhelm without burning it all down and walking away. Hey, Mama. Welcome to Career Growth for Working Moms. If you're stuck in a job that doesn't fit or burning out trying to do it all, you're in the right place. I'm Shannon, a career coach and fellow working mom. Here, you'll get simple career strategies and strength-based leadership tips to help you grow with clarity and confidence. So grab your coffee or reheat it for the third time, and let's do this. Hey, Mama. Welcome back to the show. Today, we're tackling the beast of motherhood and career with overwhelm. I want you to know this. If you feel constantly stretched too thin, if you're carrying too much, if you go to bed wondering how you'll do it all again tomorrow, you're not alone. But here's what I need you to hear. Overwhelm isn't permanent, and you don't have to torture your whole life to feel relief. So today, I'm breaking it down into three parts. One, the cycle of overwhelm you're probably stuck in. Two, how overwhelm shows up differently depending on your leadership style. And three, permission slips to finally release the pressure. This is going to feel like a coaching session and a permission slip all rolled into one. So let's dive in. Let's start with a story. Years ago, I was living in what I now call the overwhelm loop. I would overcommit, say yes to everything at work and everything at home. Then I'd overperform, work late, volunteer more, do the extra credit version of every task. Then I'd overextend, run myself into the ground, neglect my health, forget what rest even felt like. And finally, I'd overcollapse, crash hard, feel guilty, and then guess what? Start the cycle all over again. Overcommit, overperform, overextend, overcollapse. Does that sound familiar? Where are you in that loop right now? The loop feels safe in the moment because you're doing, you're proving, you're keeping up appearances. But over time, it robs you of clarity, energy, and peace. So let's pull back the curtain on how overwhelm shows up for different people because your wiring shapes how you experience it. I want you to picture us sitting down at this round table. Four women, four leadership styles. Each one is carrying her version of overwhelm. And as I walk you through them, I want you to ask yourself, where do I see me? The boss lady in action jumps in first. She's got her planner spread out, phone buzzing, sticky notes everywhere. She looks put together, but her shoulders are tight and she hasn't taken a full breath since she sat down. She says, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I wake up and it's go, go, go. At work, I'm the one fixing everything, catching mistakes, staying late. At home, I'm packing lunches, paying bills, folding laundry. And I tell myself, if I don't do it, it won't get done right. But I'm exhausted, Shannon. I can't keep up. And I look at her in the eye and say, Boss lady, I hear you. You've built your whole identity on being the one who does it all. But here's the thing, you're not actually leading anymore. You're cleaning up. You're carrying what isn't yours to carry, and it's costing you your peace. She frowns. But what if I let something slip? Then it slips and the world doesn't end. Done is better than perfect. So here's what I want you to try this week. Make a list of three things you will intentionally do at 70%, not 100, not perfect, just good enough. Maybe it's the laundry, maybe it's the presentation, maybe it's dinner. And then I want you to notice, did anything actually fall apart or did you actually free up some space to breathe? Next up is the Charismatic Queen. She's got that sparkle, beautiful blazer, fresh manicure, smile on her face, But her eyes tell the truth. She laughs a little too loudly and says, I feel like I'm drowning in commitments. I'm leading the project at work, hosting the PTA fundraiser, mentoring the new hire, and oh, yeah, trying to keep my kids' lives Instagram perfect. And honestly, I say yes to all of it because, well, people expect it of me, and I don't want to fade into the background. I lean in and softly say, Queen, your overwhelm doesn't come from too little time. It comes from chasing too much applause. You're equating visibility with value. And here's the truth: you don't disappear when you stop saying yes. You don't disappear when you do less. You actually shine brighter when what you do comes from alignment, not obligation. She bites her lip. But what if I stop? Won't people think I can't handle it? No, they'll see a woman who knows her worth. So this week, I want you to cancel one commitment, one thing that's draining you and doesn't actually move you toward what matters. And here's the kicker: don't replace it with another task, replace it with rest. Read a book, go for a walk, sit in the quiet. Let that win be invisible to everyone else, but visible to you. Now, the heart centered guide shifts in her seat. She's been listening, nodding, holding everyone's stories like they're her own. She finally speaks, voice soft. I feel like I'm on call 24/7. My team vents to me. My friends text me at midnight. My kids come to me for everything. I can't say no without guilt. I want everyone to feel supported, but honestly, I'm running on fumes. I reach across the table and say, Heart centered guide, your gift is connection, but your kryptonite is overcarrying. You're trying to be everyone's emotional anchor and it's sinking you. Overwhelm for you isn't about time, it's about boundaries. And boundaries don't make you less loving, they make your love sustainable. She whispers, But what if someone needs me and I'm not there? Then they learn to find their own strength and you get to rest. So try this: get emotional office hours. Decide when you're available and when you're not. Maybe you silence notifications after 8 p.m. Maybe you don't respond instantly at work. You're not shutting people out. You're protecting your capacity. And when you show up, you'll show up with energy instead of resentment. Okay, you finally, the visionary Brainiac. She's over there clearing her throat. She's been scribbling notes, analyzing everything, but hasn't spoken yet. She says, I'm overwhelmed by my own thoughts. I've read every article, listened to every podcast, made spreadsheets about budgets and career options, but I can't move forward. I keep waiting for the perfect plan, and the longer I wait, the more behind I feel. I smile knowingly. Visionary Brainiac, your brain wants a GPS. It wants the whole 10-step plan mapped out. But life doesn't work like that. Sometimes you only get the next street sign. Overwhelm for you isn't solved by more thinking, it's solved by motion. Clarity doesn't come before action, it comes after. She shakes her head. But what if I make the wrong move? Then you'll learn faster than if you stayed stuck. Action is your antidote. Here's your challenge: close the 37 tabs. Pick one decision you've been avoiding. Set a 20-minute timer. When it dings, you commit. Not perfect, not forever, just one step. And notice how much lighter you feel once you're moving. All right, Mama, where did you see yourself? Did you hear your own words in one of these women? Maybe in all of them? Here's the beauty of this roundtable: every style creates overwhelm differently, but the way out is always the same: small, aligned shifts. Not burning it all down, not running away, just one brave choice that creates breathing room. All right, Mama, let's take a deep breath together. You just heard four amazing women share their overwhelm. And maybe as you listened, you thought, oh my goodness, she's telling my story. Here's the thing: awareness is powerful, but awareness without action, that just becomes another layer of overwhelm. So before we close today, I want to hand you a few simple tools to carry into your week. First, I want to give you 3 permission slips. Now, you don't need them from me, but sometimes it helps to hear them spoken out loud to give yourself the green light to actually believe them. So, permission slip number 1: you don't have to be available to everyone. Your worth isn't measured by how quickly you respond to a text, an email, or a request. Permission slip number 2: is you don't have to do it perfectly. Progress matters more than perfection. Sometimes good enough is the most freeing thing you can give yourself. All right, permission slip number 3. You don't have to carry it all yourself. Asking for help isn't a weakness, it's wisdom. Let someone else shoulder a piece of the load. Take a second, pick one of these right now. Which one do you need most today? Write it on a sticky note. Put it on your fridge, your mirror, your desk. Let it interrupt the overwhelm loop this week for you. Now let's take this a step deeper with some reflection. Grab your journal or your notes app. I want you to actually write these down. If you need to pause me and actually write, please do that. Don't just think it, it needs to be written. All right, question number 1. Which woman at the table sounded most like me today? Write down her name. Question number 2. What's the story I'm telling myself about why I have to stay overwhelmed? Maybe it's if I don't do it, no one will. Maybe it's if I stop, people will think I can't handle it. Maybe it's if I say no, I'll let people down. Write it out, raw and real. Question number 3. What is the story costing me? Is it costing you your energy, your health, your sleep, your presence with your kids, your joy? Write it down and get honest with yourself. Question 4. What's one small shift I can make this week to loosen the grip of overwhelm? Think about the small wins we talked about. Letting something being good enough, canceling one thing, setting emotional office hours, closing the tabs and making a decision. Choose one. Pause here if you need to and let yourself reflect. Now, let's anchor all of this with a visualization. If you can, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. Picture yourself 1 week from now. You didn't change everything, you just made one shift. If you're a boss lady, maybe the laundry sat unfolded and it was fine. Maybe you turned in the presentation at 90% instead of 110 and nobody noticed except you, who felt relief. If you're a charismatic queen, maybe you canceled that extra committee meeting and instead of rushing, you had 30 minutes to sip coffee on your porch. No one clapped for you, but you felt present. If you're a heart-centered guide, maybe you turned off your phone at 8 p.m. and for the first time in months, your brain actually rested. You woke up lighter. If you're a visionary brainiac, maybe you finally made that one decision. Not the perfect decision, just the next one. And suddenly, the fog lifted because you were in motion. Feel that in your body? The calm, the lightness, the relief? Now take another deep breath in and exhale. That, mama, that's the beginning of breaking the cycle of overwhelm. So, here's your homework for this week. Do the journaling prompts and really write them out. 2, pick one small win and commit to it. 3, write your permission slip from earlier and post it where you'll see it every day. And mama, if this episode gave you relief or a new perspective, would you screenshot it and share it with another working mom who's stuck in the overwhelm loop? And if you've got a second, leave a review. It helps other women find this space and realize they don't have to carry it all alone either. You don't need to burn it all down to escape overwhelm. You just need one brave shift. And I'll be right here cheering you on as you take it. See you next time. Hey Working Mama, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds to share it with a friend who's stuck in her career but doesn't want to sacrifice her family to grow? Also, please leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts. It seriously lights me up to know this show is helping you navigate burnout, find clarity, and lead with confidence. All right, time to shut down my laptop and pretend I'm not hiding from folding that laundry. I'll meet you back here soon for another episode of Career Growth for Working Moms. You've got this.